Well, here we are again on a Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me here on Mr. Eric Reads. As promised yesterday, after we read about the fattest, tallest, biggest snowman, we're now going to read about Emma's Cold Day by Margriet Ruur. So, please continue to relax. Enjoy this tale right here on Mr. Eric Reads. Emma sat inside the chicken coop with all the other chickens. She fitted on her nest like the lid on a cookie jar. As she began to snooze, Emma heard something strange. Her beak was chattering all by itself. Before long, Emma was shivering all over. She got up stiffly and stretched her skinny legs, trying to get warm. She hopped up and down, she flapped her wings, but nothing worked. The hen house was freezing, and all the other chickens huddled on their nest. Their beaks were chattering too. "Talk," said Emma. "This isn't good for chickens." And she set off on her way to find warmth. Emma blinked as she stepped outside. The whole world was white. She picked her way across the barnyard, and as Emma sank deep into the snow, she noticed the horse on his 4 long legs. That horse didn't seem bothered by the snow, she thought. So Emma looked down at her own stubby legs. "Talk," she said. "If my legs were longer, maybe I would be warm too." So Emma fluttered onto the tall fence post, but it was covered with a puff of snow, and she slid right off. She took another flying leap, and this time she fell beak first into the snow. The horse just watched, looking warm and shaking his head. Emma dusted herself off and plodded away. Near the barn, a flock of sheep stood, bundled in their warmth. And in their warmth, because of their woolly coats. Emma tried ruffling her feathers and snuggling into her own coat, but her bottom stuck out. She wrapped her wings around herself, but they didn't reach far enough. Emma was still shivering. "Bah!" balked the sheep. "Talk," chattered Emma as she strutted off toward the barn. Inside, huge black and white cows crowded together, their steamy breath rising in the clouds. The cows just moaned as they munched on their hay. Maybe this was the way to stay warm, Emma thought. So she crowded her way in between the warm crowd and then the warm cows. Sorry, tongue twister there. Crash! A huge hoof nearly flattened her, but Emma jumped out of its way. Swoosh! A tail almost knocked her right into a cow pie or cow droppings. Ew. Slurp. A long tongue of a jigsaw calf gave her a slimy, slobbery lick. "Talk!" cried Emma. This was worse than freezing, she thought to herself. So carefully, she picked her way out of the barn and back into the cold. When Emma came to the pigsty, she peeked in. One huge boar was over by the slop trough. A long sow was stretched out in the mud, and 10 tiny piglets were cuddled up against her, grunting and sighing happily. Emma wasn't sure what they were doing, but they sure did look warm and cozy. Maybe she could be warm and cozy there too. So Emma tiptoed through the muck and wriggled her way in between 2 piglets. "Eep, eep," they squealed as soon as Emma got close, and they felt her feathers on their stubby backs. Grunted their mother as she spotted the intruder. Sounds more like a dog. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be an angry pig. Snorted the father as he charged towards Emma. "Talk!" shrieked Emma, as she ran from the pigsty and back into the snow. Leaving muddy tracks, Emma trotted past an empty turkey pen, and she trudged past the pond where the ducks, warm and content, stood sleeping on one leg. Emma stuttered. If only this was the way to stay warm. Slowly, she pulled her right leg up and plopped over into the snow. She scrambled to her feet and tried with the left leg. Plop, plop, she fell over again. The ducks chuckled softly to themselves. Emma was very cold now. It was starting to get dark, too. Shaking from head to toe, she looked up and saw a wonderful sight. The windows of the farmhouse glowed with a warm, golden light. Emma just managed to shiver her way over to a big spruce tree outside the porch. She fluttered onto its branches to get a better look. Inside, the farmer, the farmer's wife, and the farmer's children were all safe and warm. The green branches of the spruce tree were like a giant nest. Emma was cold. Emma was tired. She snuggled into her feathers and settled down for a little nap, and snowflakes fell softly around her. Suddenly, Emma was wide awake. A strange green light glowed on the branch beside her. She blinked and saw a blue bulb and a radiant red one right above her head. There were lights everywhere. And all those lights were melting the snow away, and Emma heard children's voices. "Mom, Dad, there's something in the tree." "Ha ha, is it a partridge in a pear tree?" joked the farmer. "No," answered the boy. "It's a chicken in a Christmas tree." "It's Emma," added the girl. "She's sitting underneath the Christmas lights." "Poor Emma," cooed the farmer's wife. "She's half frozen. Why would she ever leave her warm chicken coop?" "Oh my goodness," cried the farmer, hurrying away. "I forgot to switch on the heat lamps in the hen house." Emma could hear the cackling of cold beaks as she neared the chicken coop. Warmth was just beginning to fill the hen house when she appeared in the doorway. "You girls have Emma to thank here," said the farmer. "Without her, you'd be pretty chilly chicks by morning." "Ta-ta!" said Emma, feeling very proud of herself. The cold day was over, and Emma settled down on her nest of straw and dozed happily off to sleep. The end. That was Emma's Cold Day by Margriet Ruur, right here on Mr. Eric Reads. So, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and as promised, Dr. Seuss's The Grinch will be coming back. So, please tune in for that as well. And again, I hope you guys like this story. Please continue to stay safe throughout the holiday season, guys. Young readers and future leaders, remember, wash your hands, and please practice kindness in everything that you do. I'll be here throughout the holidays, having a new story every day. So come check us out. Until next time, guys, I'll see you around.